Is it over just yet today? No, but the cool part is we can see the expectations are running really high of getting your currency, Iraqi dinar, value, purchasing power, because you're going to revalue your currency. They're openly talking about things like that. They're telling us like it is, and they're telling the citizens like it is on TV. It wasn't just one person, it's many people. Now we have confirmation again from boots on the ground. That is exciting. They got it this morning. We don't have a date, but that's okay, because we can see that it's happening. I bought my first dinars back in 2004 when they were commissioned by the IMF to print new currency. I jumped on it right away. $1 million back then was between $500 and $600. Do you realize I have doubled my money if I was to go in and cash my dinars in right now? I'd walk out with a profit. But I don't. That's not my end goal. I'm looking for the real effective exchange rate. That will only occur in float. It will only float once they release the new currency with a new rate. Emo, that's what we're witnessing right now. Turkish Trade Minister, Iraq is our third largest trading partner. Auctions are now only needed for the government of Iraq because oil sales in USDs are done in USD. Then they are converted to IQDs, because they are phasing out the dollar. This equals phasing out the auctions. Everyone will only use the IQD in Iraq. The Central Bank of Iraq has imposed regulations on currency transactions. As of January 1, 2024, Iraq banned cash withdrawals and transactions in US dollars to prevent the misuse of hard currency reserves and to comply with international sanctions, particularly concerning Iran. Despite these controls, the Iraqi dinar is used in international trade and the country engages in foreign exchange activities. The CBI has increased overseas dollar transactions through the official global SWIFT system to combat the black market and ensure compliance with international financial standards. Due to restrictions, exchanging Iraq currency for US dollars is difficult. As investors, it appears we must wait for Iraq's future international policies before we can trade in our Iraqi dinar for US dollars. Iraq announces population census results at over 45 million amid slight increase in males. Al-Sudani pointed out that the number of males reached 22,784,062 people, representing 50.1%, while the number of females reached 22,623,833 people, representing 49.8%. Families headed by women are 11.33%, and those headed by men are 88.67%. The number of housing units in Iraq reached 8,037,221 units. The percentage of floors is 92.1%, the percentage of apartments is 6.6%, and the percentage of mud floors is 4%. The percentage of the population under working age, less than 15 years, is 36.1%, the percentage of the population over working age, 65 years and over, is 3.7%. That 2024 budget needs to be taken care of. It needs to be exposed. They haven't exposed the 2024 budget. Because it is really sensitive in the sense of it has to deal with their real effective exchange rate. They're telling the people that they're going to do something. That expectation is pretty high. They're telling the people that. They're openly telling them that there's purchasing power and the need for those national cards is really important where you won't get the value that you're supposed to. It's happening as we can see. HCL equals a new exchange rate because that's what the HCL has been waiting for. What are you going to do? Take your Iraqi citizens, oil and mineral rights and calculate by pennies and give you 47 cents every month? I don't think so. There are a lot of rumors about tomorrow. I'm trying to stay calm and see what happens, pray that hopefully this is it. Ray said he is very excited. When asked, between 1 and 10. with 10 being the highest. Ray said he is at 12. Minister of Planning announces the success of the general census in Iraq. The central bank moves its secret values to its new building. Clarification of the truth of the claim. Ultimately they are moving stuff into the new bank, and I think that's heck of a timing for what we're expecting. It would be very apropos for Iraq to make a move when the central bank is ready to go. If that's the case now, it sounds good to me. Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani announced on Monday that the country's population, according to the General Population and Housing Census, has reached more than 45 million people. Al-Sudani said in a press conference followed by Shafaq news agency, the population of Iraq has reached 45,407,495 people, including foreigners and refugees, explaining that the number of families has reached 7,898,588 families. Al-Sudani pointed out that the number of males reached 22,784,062 people, representing 50.1%, while the number of females reached 22,623,833 people, representing 49.8%. The Prime Minister pointed out that families headed by women are 11.33%, and those headed by men are 88.67%.